question comes, should we really hate a rival? I mean, it's such a mean, nasty word. But in the case of clean, old-fashioned hate, there's really no other choice. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, taking on a team from the SEC, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Georgia about to kick it off to get us underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets offense will get first crack at it here. If you just can't get enough football, well, Georgia Tech was the one for you last year. Between the hedges, they went 8 overtimes before the Dogs finally prevailed. So are you guys ready to go another 8 extra rounds this time?
Absolutely not. I got a plan to catch. But I tell you what, it was one of the most exciting games in all of college football. And Tech with the huge lead early, all the momentum swings, and Palmer obviously in the booth was pretty solid too.
It was one of those games, David, you just hated that.
Turning it on! That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. A 1st and 10 for this offense. They'll ride the hot hand. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not 2nd and long. It's not 3rd and long. Now it's the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
With the catch, it's Brown. He goes down at the 47 after a 5-yard pickup. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. This pressure from the defensive front is overwhelming, much like when 3-time All-American David Pollack played on the Georgia defensive front. Whatever happened to that guy?
Washed up old guy. I've heard bad things about that guy. But no, when you look at these defenses Georgia's had, these dominant defenses, man, it's just big, physical guys up front. You think about the Jordan Davises, the Trayvon Walkers of the recent past, just guys that dominate a football game. You have to know where they're at on every snap.
Myers on the move. Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. It's enough for the 1st down. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting him know it's going to be a long day. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
This defense talked about it coming into this football game. We've got to affect the quarterback. We've got to rattle him. We've got to hit him early. How about this? 1st drive, 2 sacks already. So far, mission accomplished.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Smashes it between the uprights. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
I know one thing this head coach does every week is he challenges his guys to start fast. And it's so important today, playing on the road in this kind of environment. You saw a nice drive. They didn't get the touchdown they would have loved, but still, kicking that field goal and taking this early lead, that's a statement for the visiting team.
The Bulldogs offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Mayfield. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Georgia sends out the punt team. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. So they put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Fires to the middle. On target to the left. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. The Ramblin' Wreck and the Dogs have been fighting it out for a long time. You know, people forget Georgia Tech is a chartered member of the SEC, and that was a long time ago. First meeting back in 1893.
Yeah, and reportedly they wanted to join the SEC later, and Georgia said no. But how about this? Tech has a line devoted to Georgia in their fight song about how much they hate them. So that gives you an idea of how deep the hate is.
He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the 1st down. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
And this defense did exactly what they wanted to do. You force the passing situations. Now what do? Now you can drop back, play pass. And when the quarterback scrambles, now I just rally to the football. I tackle him on the ground, and I force the 4th down.
I'm not sure this was ever a real decision. They'll go for it on 4th and inches. They'll try to sneak it. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
I think that's a big advantage of having a tiny quarterback, right? Is he can find little creases to wedge his body into to pick up short yardage plays like that on the QB sneak on 4th down.
And the Yellow Jackets have their offense in high gear. Finds his man. It's Parker. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
We'll send the tight end in motion. From the gun, the ground game. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
That play had 0 shot. They got to do a better job up front, creating some running lanes. The running back, before he could go anywhere, getting tackled, nowhere to go.
The Dogs are off the leash and coming after him on 3rd down. He'll try it again. No more room to run as this defense rises up on 3rd down, and now it's 4th down from the 22. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. It is good. The lead is 6 in the 1st.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Man, this defense is setting the tone early. 3 and out on the first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, they get a TFL. They are sending a very clear and distinct message to this offense. They are going to set the tone of this game.
Makes the catch. It's Mayfield. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. That's the end of the period, and Georgia Tech has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. So first down here as they go back to work. Quarterback on the keeper. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
They punted on their opening drive, and now they need a third down conversion to avoid punt. Pressure coming. Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28. Georgia lining up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Here's the return. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. They've had a couple of scoring drives, but man, do they need a touchdown drive. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
Love the individual effort by the wide receiver after the catch, making people miss, showing you the speed. Now he set up his offense down in the red zone.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. Trying to set up the screen. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big game.
The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Got it, looking for a first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Yellow Jackets are moving quickly down the field.
Perfect timing to call that pass play. It's third and short down here in the red zone. Everybody in the stadium expecting you to run the football, and if you don't get it, maybe you kick a field goal, maybe you go for it on fourth. You don't have to worry about that now. Because of the pass completion, it's first and goal.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. Wants to throw again. Swings it out to his running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Nobody fooled defensively there. They throw the ball behind the line of scrimmage, hoping to set up some blocks, but on the perimeter, they get beat at the point of attack, and the defense actually creates a negative play.
Tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big third down stop by this defense. 4th and goal from the 4, and look at this. The offense still on the field. They'll go for it. Flushed out of the pocket. And he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets!
What a play by the quarterback. What an effort. It looked like he was in a lot of trouble. 4th down, nobody open. The pass rush is getting to him, but phenomenal athleticism. I mean, you just can't coach that, right? He's able to get to the outside and run that in for a touchdown.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They really need to find a way to generate some offense here, having fallen behind 13-zip. Got it in the middle. It's Wiggins. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
Slants are very tough to cover, but they become way tougher when you got a big body wide receiver like that. It's almost like basketball where he's boxing you out. He gets inside real quick, uses that big body to shield you off. And even if you're playing...
There he goes! He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Mayfield. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
All season long, we've been watching this defense dominate against the run. They're the #1 rush defense in the entire country. With a big lead in this game, you cannot run the ball and expect to win and get back in it.
Going for the big play. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. It'll be 3rd and long. To the air, it's Dishman. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Nice move to keep running. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Georgia sends out the punt team. No fair catches here, looking for room. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Snags it quickly on the left. At the 40, there he goes. Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive. And the Yellow Jackets, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. He's moving out of the pocket. Slings it downfield. Connection to the right. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Got his man on the right. How about picking up tough yards like that as he gets to the 22?
Yeah, the defense has to be careful with this slot receiver running these drag routes. You can't lose him. If he catches it on the other side and turns up the sideline, he can take it to the house.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. That'll be enough for the 1st down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. The Yellow Jackets come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it from the red zone. Makes the grab. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They're going to run it. He's pulled down after a tough run. Gets it to the 6.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule and it makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
Grab behind the line. It's ball. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point for the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Georgia lining up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Looking to throw on first down. That's caught. It's ball. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. And the Yellow Jackets come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Quarterback making adjustments. Wide receiver comes in motion. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Grab near the sticks. It's Parker. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback be going the other direction.
Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup. This will likely be the last play of the half. To the air on first down. That's reeled in. It's Parker. He'll go out of bounds at the 18-yard line. And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. And this one only 35 yards out, but not straight away. This one from the left hash. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And that lead grows even bigger. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Gentlemen, the Governor's Cup is on the line, and already the Dogs and Ramblin' Wreck have given us some impressive moments. And this offense has been the story through 2 quarters, extending this lead and really dominating almost every aspect of this game. We're talking lethal efficiency from the O-line right on down to the skill position guys. Although I'd argue those big uglies up front are skilled players in their own right. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the duel between Georgia and Georgia Tech plays out.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on fourth downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me, too.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. It's Dishman. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Not able to hook up the air, incomplete.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. They'll move the tight end. They'll run the RPO and throw it right.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry.
The Yellow Jackets can really attack on this 2nd and short. Finds a little space. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
You know what? Everybody gets energized on the whole football team when you got running backs that fight for extra yards and breaks tackles. It's awesome to watch. Everybody literally gets a little jolt of energy because that guy continues to fight for everything he gets.
Quarterback may change this route. Looking downfield on first down. Finds his back in the middle.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
They'll run it from the gun. Oh, he's got some space. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
Caught behind the line. It's ball. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
Offense in an empty set. Looking for a man. It's Dishman. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. They dialed up the perfect call. Splendid execution. Now they've got it. Threatening 1st and 10 from the 27. Gives it on the option. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Motion from the wideout. The give to the back. Very little running room, if any, and he just hasn't had anywhere to go in this one.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing it.
There he goes down the right side. Touchdown, Dogs! He got loose, and it was lights out after that. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And It's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Got the quick completion. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get 2 bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
Hand off from the shotgun. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Well, they needed 2 yards for that first down. The running back doing just enough to make sure he keeps this drive alive.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. Quarterback making checks. Looking to throw on first down. Oh, they're after him. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window at the intended target.
Breaks into the open. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
And the Yellow Jackets with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. He'll ride his man on the option. He'll toss it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Oh, sweet feet. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. The Yellow Jackets kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Gets the back moving. Wants to throw on first down. Caught in the backfield. It's Ball. And he has run out of bounds as they go backwards there and just avoided the contact. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Yellow Jackets with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Grabbed in the middle, it's Parker. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Just when they thought they had the big play, the penalty wipes it out. The Yellow Jackets trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. He might want another play. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Pulls it in, it's Kane. Knocked off his feet.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
He's got an open man. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Well, this guy's having a day. It doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's running. He just seems to always be getting open, and his quarterback is taking notice. He's looking his way. Nice job there, throwing in time, getting it to him.
Touchdown, Georgia Tech! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Getting aggressive here and going for 2. Here's the snap, looking to throw. He's got the two-point conversion, and they build on that lead.
Well, if you want to get something done, you better just do it yourself. Nobody open in the end zone that time. Quarterback's able to scramble and get in for 2.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Final play of the quarter coming. Scanning the field, it's Dishman. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Turning it on. They make the tackle, but not before he finishes off this third period with a big play. Guys, we've reached the end of the quarter, and Georgia Tech has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Wide receiver going in motion. The RPO, it's complete. Open space at the 25. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab. The Dogs just got that huge run. They'd love another explosive play. Trying to run, it's Mayfield. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The Bulldogs have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. Makes the grab. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They'll try to run for it. They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield.
Well, this running back has struggled to find anywhere to go, and I think one reason why is this linebacker and his speed. He did a great job there identifying where the ball was going to go. He didn't let anybody block him, made his way to the running back and got him on the ground. Nice job.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Gets it out fast. And that'll not only be a first down, it'll be 1st and goal from the 7.
This offense, you can tell, it's confident, man. 4th down and short, in the red zone. Yeah, you could probably kick a field goal, but they stay aggressive. They trust their passing attack. Nice job getting rid of the football on time, setting up the 1st and goal.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Motion from the wide receiver. Finds his big tight end. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia! The result of this game is going to sting for sure, but you've got to continue to build, you've got to improve, and you can take some positives out of this late hustle and build for next week.
There's always positives. The coaches are always looking for those things that we did well. What did we do well so we can do more of it in the future? Finding some things here late that they did well.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Looking downfield, it's Dishman. It's on target and complete. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive. They'll get the momentum started in your direction.
There's the pressure. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And when I got a stud quarterback like they do, I'm going to protect him. I'm going to make sure that I keep him upright because he can do some serious damage. But this defense applying pressure and applying the hammer in this football game.
Under fire. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. And the Dogs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. To the air on second down. The throw to the outside is complete. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Finds a soft spot in the middle. The stop is made right at the 36-yard line. The defense coming up big on third down. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires toward the end zone. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the year.
And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the fourth quarter. So why stop throwing it? Just keep it going when the going's good.
They'll make the stop, and he gets 4 on the play. Ball's at the 25.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice game.
Back to pass on second down. Snagged out of the air. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the fourth quarter with a big lead, he's still taking shots.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. And the Yellow Jackets will try to punch it in on first and goal. Zings it complete to the right. And they're going to score again, yet another touchdown as they just add to their total. The Yellow Jackets showing a little sting as they build their lead against the Dogs.
How about them Jackets, man? This is so good for Georgia Tech fans. They're so jacked up and excited. They think the Georgia players, fans, they think they're buffoons. They're smarter, they're better, and when they can beat them on the field, they want to rub it in their face.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, They're just not as good as the opponent today.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week.
To throw, it's Dishman. Bringing the heat. He wants a big play here late. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football.
And the defense makes a play. They get the quarterback down at the 26. Georgia sends out the punt team. Wants to return it. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Parker. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it up to 49.
This quarterback obviously did a lot of film prep coming into this one. He has been picking this defense apart. With that last completion, guys, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
Making side adjustments here. To the air on first down. Makes the grab. It's Brown.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
The Yellow Jackets want to crank the tempo. Looking downfield on first down. Got a man. It's Brown. There he goes. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. And that comfortable lead they enjoy right now is not slowing down the aggression, not one bit.
Well, I think at this point, the coaching staff is just trying to continue evaluating their own players, and I don't hate the mindset. If there's time on the clock, keep trying to score.
And while the game is all but decided, why not try to get another one if you can? That's part of the fun, right? Gets it to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Man, the red zone, the field starts to shrink as a defense. I don't drop as far in my drop step. I got to understand, I'm getting back quick. That ball's going to come out. Nice job by the defense reacting to the pass and going and making a physical tackle.
Looking for the score. And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. This is an absolute blowout.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
They want to see if they can score the deuce. The snap sets up the throw. He's got him. He's not going to make it. They stop him at the 1, and the two-pointer is no good.
Georgia Tech, 51, Georgia 14.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Back to pass, it's Dishman. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. And the Bulldogs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. And so the Ramblin' Wreck make it all the way to the finish line as Georgia Tech takes this edition of Clean Old-Fashioned Hate. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.